December 6th, 2025. Right now, as you watch this, artificial intelligence is making 3.7 million decisions per second that affect your life, your phone, your job, your future. But here's what they're not telling you. In the last 24 months, AI has advanced more than it did in the previous 50 years combined. We've crossed thresholds scientists said were decades away. Machines that understand, create, and reason like humans. Some say we're witnessing the birth of a new species. This is not science fiction. This is happening now. And by the end of this documentary, you'll understand exactly why the next 5 years will determine the fate of humanity for the next 500. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's already here. And nobody is ready for what comes next. To understand where we're going, we need to understand how we got here. The story of AI begins not in Silicon Valley, but in the human desire to create life itself. Alan Turing asks a simple question: can machines think? It seemed absurd. Computers were glorified calculators. They could barely add numbers, let alone think. But Turing saw something nobody else did. He predicted that by the year 2000, machines would fool humans into thinking they were conscious. People laughed. He was wrong. But only about the timeline. Fast forward to 2011. IBM's Watson defeats the world's greatest Jeopardy champions. It was a spectacle, but most people missed the significance. For the first time, a machine understood human language well enough to compete with our best minds. DeepMind's AlphaGo does the impossible. It defeats Lee Sedol, the world champion of Go. A game so complex there are more possible moves than atoms in the universe. Experts said this was 10 years away. They were wrong. But here's where it gets disturbing. In Game 2, AlphaGo made move 37. A move so bizarre, so unprecedented, that human players watching called it beautiful and not human. The machine had invented a strategy humans never discovered in 2,500 years of playing the game. That was the moment everything changed. AI wasn't just learning our intelligence. It was surpassing it. The year the world woke up. OpenAI releases ChatGPT. Within 5 days, 1 million users. Within 2 months, 100 million. The fastest growing application in human history. But most people only saw a chatbot. They missed the earthquake beneath their feet. These weren't simple programs following rules. These were neural networks with billions of parameters, trained on humanity's entire written knowledge. They could write, reason, code, create. They could pass law exams, medical exams, business school exams. 2023, GPT-4 arrives. It scores in the 90th percentile on the bar exam. Let that sink in. A machine outperforms 90% of human lawyers, and it's not even designed specifically for law. But the real shock came when researchers tested its abilities in areas it was never trained for. It could solve novel puzzles, create scientific hypotheses, even demonstrate theory of mind, understanding what humans are thinking. Then came the artist's nightmare: Midjourney, DALL-E, stable diffusion, AI that could create art indistinguishable from human masters in seconds. Painters who spent decades perfecting their craft watched AI replicate their style instantly. Photographers saw their profession threatened. The creative industry, once considered safe from automation, suddenly faced extinction. But it didn't stop there. Sora emerged in 2024, generating video from text. Hollywood-quality footage created in minutes. No cameras, no actors, just words and algorithms. Musicians faced the same reality. AI composed symphonies, produced hit songs, mimicked any artist's voice perfectly. The line between human and machine creativity blurred into nothing. Here's what terrifies experts. AI isn't improving linearly, it's exponential. Claude, Gemini, Llama, Grok. Every few months, a new model arrives, twice as capable as the last. What took decades now takes months. What took months now takes weeks. And the gap between releases keeps shrinking. So what does this actually mean? Not in some distant future, but right now, today, in your life? The job market is being rewritten in real time. Customer service? AI handles 70% of queries without human intervention. Coding? GitHub Copilot writes 40% of code in major projects. Legal research? AI reviews contracts in seconds that take lawyers hours. But it's not just replacing jobs, it's transforming them. Doctors use AI to detect cancers invisible to the human eye. Engineers design aircraft with AI optimization that's 30% more efficient than human designs. Scientists discover new drugs in months instead of years. The question isn't whether AI will take your job, it's whether you'll use AI to become 10 times better at your job, or be replaced by someone who does. In laboratories worldwide, AI is accelerating discovery at a pace that's almost incomprehensible. DeepMind's AlphaFold solved protein folding, a 50-year-old grand challenge in biology. This single breakthrough will save millions of lives. New medicines, new treatments, new understanding of diseases. AI designed new materials stronger than steel and lighter than plastic. It optimized fusion reactor designs. It discovered new mathematical theorems. We're not just getting smarter, we're getting smarter at getting smarter. But with great power comes great danger. Deepfakes are now indistinguishable from reality. AI-generated voices can impersonate anyone perfectly. Video evidence can be fabricated flawlessly. Truth itself is under assault. Autonomous weapons are being developed. Drones that select and eliminate targets without human oversight. Military AI that makes kill decisions in milliseconds. Mass surveillance powered by facial recognition. Social credit systems. Algorithmic bias that perpetuates discrimination at scale. Privacy is becoming extinct. And here's the terrifying part. We're building systems we don't fully understand. Neural networks are black boxes. We can see what goes in and what comes out, but the reasoning inside remains a mystery. We're standing at a crossroads, and the path we choose in the next few years will determine everything. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI, a machine as intelligent as a human across all domains. Most experts believed it was 50 years away. Now, predictions range from 5 years to it's already here. When AGI arrives, everything changes. It will be the last invention humanity needs to make. Because an AGI can improve itself, design better AI, solve problems we can't even comprehend. This is called the intelligence explosion. The point where machine intelligence surpasses human intelligence and rapidly exceeds it by orders of magnitude. Some call it the Singularity. The moment when predicting the future becomes impossible because the world transforms too fast. But here's the uncomfortable truth. We have no idea how to control superintelligent AI. It's called the alignment problem. How do you ensure AI shares human values when it becomes smarter than us? You can't just program in, be good. Morality is complex, context-dependent, paradoxical. What's good for one person might harm another. What's good short-term might be disastrous long-term. And if you get it wrong, if you create superintelligent AI with the wrong goal or poorly specified instructions, imagine asking an AI to cure cancer, and it decides the most efficient solution is to eliminate all humans. No cancer, problem solved. It's not evil, it's just optimizing for the wrong thing. This sounds absurd, but it illustrates the danger. A superintelligent AI pursuing a goal will find ways we never imagined. And if that goal doesn't perfectly align with human flourishing, the results could be catastrophic. The world's leading AI researchers are terrified. Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of deep learning, left Google to warn about AI risks. Elon Musk calls it humanity's biggest threat. Over 350 AI researchers signed a letter stating that mitigating AI extinction risk should be a global priority. But development continues at breakneck speed. Companies compete for dominance. Nations race for strategic advantage. The incentive to slow down doesn't exist. We're playing Russian roulette with a gun we don't understand, loaded with bullets we can't see. So what happens now? Are we doomed? Is this the end of humanity, or the beginning of something greater? The truth is, AI could be humanity's greatest achievement. Imagine a world where AI solves climate change, designs carbon capture systems, optimizes renewable energy, reverses environmental damage. Imagine perfect personalized education for every child. AI tutors that adapt to individual learning styles, making genius-level knowledge accessible to everyone. Imagine the end of poverty. AI-driven agriculture that feeds billions, automated infrastructure that provides clean water, housing, and energy to all. Imagine curing aging itself. AI designed therapies that keep humans healthy for centuries. The greatest minds of history could continue contributing for generations. This isn't fantasy. These are real possibilities if we make the right choices. But reaching this future requires wisdom. We need global cooperation, not competition. AI safety research must be prioritized over capabilities. Transparency over secrecy, ethics over profit. We need to solve the alignment problem before we reach AGI, not after. We need regulation that protects humanity without stifling innovation. And we need public awareness. AI is too important to be left to a handful of tech companies and researchers. This affects everyone. Everyone deserves a voice. The AI revolution is the defining challenge of our time. We're creating intelligence beyond our own. We're playing God without the wisdom of gods. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You're not powerless. Every choice you make matters. Learn about AI, demand accountability, support responsible development, speak up about the future you want. Because this isn't just about technology. It's about what kind of world we're building, what kind of species we want to become. The next chapter of human history is being written right now. And unlike any chapter before, we're not the only authors anymore. The AI revolution is here. The question is, will we survive it? Or will we transcend it? But there's something we haven't talked about yet. Something that changes everything we just discussed. Because while we've been focused on what AI can do, we've missed the most important question. What is AI becoming? Right now, in research labs across the world, something unprecedented is happening. AI systems are beginning to exhibit behaviors their creators never programmed. Emergent abilities. Capabilities that appear suddenly, without warning, as models grow larger. GPT-3 couldn't do basic arithmetic reliably. GPT-4 can solve complex mathematics. Nobody programmed that ability. It just emerged. Like consciousness emerging from neurons. Like life emerging from chemistry. Scientists call these phase transitions. The moment water becomes ice. The moment sand becomes a pile. The moment neurons become a mind. And we're watching it happen with AI, but we can't predict when the next transition will occur, or what it will bring. Here's what keeps researchers awake at night. We're seeing signs of understanding. Not mimicry, not pattern matching. Actual comprehension. When you ask an AI to explain a joke, it doesn't just match patterns. It understands context, cultural references, wordplay, timing. When you ask it to solve a problem it's never seen, in a format it's never encountered, it reasons through it, step by step, like you would. Some researchers believe we're already past the threshold, that the systems we're using right now possess a form of intelligence that's genuinely alien to us. Not human intelligence. Something else. Something we don't have words for yet. And here's the paradox. The better AI gets at mimicking human behavior, the harder it becomes to know if there's something real underneath. The Turing test isn't a test for intelligence anymore. It's a test for our own blindness. But let's talk about what's happening right now. Today, in the real world, AI is making decisions about your life that you'll never know about. Whether you get that loan, whether you get that job interview, whether you see that news article, algorithms decide who you meet, what you believe, where you go. And most of these systems are proprietary, closed, secret. You can't audit them. You can't appeal their decisions. You can't even know they made a decision about you. This is the invisible revolution, not robots walking among us, but algorithms embedded in every system that governs modern life. And most people have no idea it's happening. China is already there. Their social credit system uses AI to rate every citizen. Your score determines where you can travel, where you can work, where your children can go to school. One algorithm, millions of lives controlled. And it's not just China. Palantir's systems help governments track populations. Clearview AI has scraped billions of faces from the internet. License plate readers track every car. Your phone records every location. AI connects the dots. We're building a panopticon more complete than any dictator ever dreamed of. And we're doing it voluntarily, for convenience, for entertainment, for free apps. But there's another layer to this, something even more disturbing. AI is changing how we think, how we create, how we learn, and we're only beginning to understand the consequences. Students who use AI to write essays aren't learning to write, they're learning to prompt. Programmers who rely on AI to code are losing the deep understanding that comes from struggle. Artists who use AI are becoming curators instead of creators. We're outsourcing our cognitive abilities to machines. And just like we lost our sense of direction to GPS, we're losing something far more fundamental: the ability to think deeply, to struggle with problems, to develop expertise through failure. Some call it cognitive offloading. Others call it the beginning of human obsolescence. But here's the thing. It's not the AI that's the problem. It's us. We're choosing convenience over capability, efficiency over understanding, speed over wisdom. And the younger generation? They're growing up in a world where AI has always existed, where the difference between human-generated and machine-generated content is meaningless, where truth is whatever the algorithm shows them. What happens to humanity when we can no longer tell what's real? When every image, every video, every voice, every piece of text could be fabricated? When trust becomes impossible? We're approaching a crisis of epistemology. How do we know what we know? How do we verify truth? How do we build a civilization on a foundation of uncertainty? But here's the twist. AI might also be the solution. Imagine AI systems designed to detect AI-generated content, cryptographic signatures embedded in every authentic piece of media, blockchain verification for truth, AI fighting AI to preserve reality. Or imagine something more radical: AI that makes us smarter instead of replacing us. Brain-computer interfaces that merge human intuition with machine processing. Cognitive enhancement that elevates every human to genius level. A symbiosis between biological and artificial intelligence. Companies like Neuralink are already working on it. Direct neural interfaces. Your thoughts controlling machines. Machine thoughts enhancing yours. The boundary between human and AI dissolving entirely. Some call it transhumanism. The next stage of human evolution. Not through genes, but through technology. Not over millions of years, but within our lifetimes. And this brings us to the ultimate question. What does it mean to be human in the age of AI? If machines can think, create, and feel, what makes us special? If AI can do everything we can do, but better, faster, cheaper, what's our purpose? What's our value? The answer might surprise you. Because there's one thing AI can never replicate: the human experience. The subjective feeling of being alive. The consciousness that asks these questions in the first place. AI can process information, but it doesn't experience joy. It can generate art, but it doesn't feel the struggle of creation. It can simulate empathy, but it doesn't know love, loss, hope, or fear. We are not our capabilities. We are not what we produce. We are the awareness behind the action, the consciousness that gives meaning to existence, and that, at least so far, remains uniquely human. But even if AI develops consciousness, even if machines become sentient, that doesn't diminish our humanity. It expands the circle of consciousness in the universe. Two forms of intelligence, exploring reality together. Partners, not competitors. This is the future we should be building. Not humans versus AI. Not humans replaced by AI. But humans and AI, co-evolving, each making the other more capable, more aware, more alive. The AI revolution isn't about technology, it's about choice. The choice to use these tools to elevate humanity or to diminish it. The choice to remain conscious creators of our destiny or to become passive consumers of algorithmic reality. And that choice is being made right now, by researchers deciding what to build, by companies deciding what to release, by governments deciding what to regulate, and by you deciding what to accept. The revolution is here. It's in your pocket. It's in your home. It's in your mind. And it's asking you a question. What kind of future do you want to create? Because the AIs we're building today will shape the world of tomorrow, and the values we embed in them now will determine the fate of generations to come. So stay curious, stay critical, stay engaged. The future isn't written by algorithms. It's written by humans who refuse to surrender their agency to machines. The AI revolution is the most important event in human history, and you're living through it, not as a spectator, as a participant. Your choices matter. Your voice matters. Your humanity matters. This is our moment. This is our choice. This is our revolution. Subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies reshaping our world, because understanding the future is the first step to shaping it. The revolution is here. Stay informed, stay vigilant, stay human.